Hi there, Megan with SwiftPaws here, and I have got our SwiftPaws remote, which currently talks to Chase, and it will also talk to our next generation of Home Original and Home Plus units. So your remote comes fully calibrated, meaning that you should just be able to turn it on and run. Oh, except it's not running. One of the things you do have to be aware of is if you are connected to your Chase device with the app, it will not allow the remote to connect until you completely close out of the app. So now that I've done that, I should be able to turn my remote off, back on, it will connect to the Chase device, and then I should be able to run it from the remote itself instead of the app. All right, now, even though it comes pre-calibrated and ready to go, I want to go into some of the details with you about the remote so you can just learn all of the features and what it's capable of. So first of all, when you click the button here on the side, it is going to power on. And after powering it on, the remote is going to listen to the room. So it's listening to any device that it talks to. That could be Chase, that could be multiple Chases. It's going to try to make a connection with the loudest or strongest signal. So in this case, this Chase unit is really close. I have another one in another room. It's going to try to connect to the one that it hears the strongest. And of course, it's only going to connect to a device that's available. So like you saw in the beginning, if your device is connected to another remote or the app, it will not make a connection. It won't take over a connection that's already in place. All right, so once you power it on, it also does a battery check. So the remote does have a battery inside. That battery should need to be replaced every couple of years. So when you power it on, if the light flashes red, it's time to replace the battery. It will not let you run. The battery's too low to run. If it flashes green, but it doesn't vibrate, that means your battery's low. So you should get ready to replace your battery. It will still let you run, but it's about time to replace it. And if it turns on and the light flashes green and it vibrates, you're good to go, your battery's not low. So we can walk through that power on process now, and it really doesn't matter. I'm gonna go ahead and unplug Chase here. It really doesn't matter in what order you plug in your device or you power on your remote. They can work whichever one you go first. So I'm gonna plug in my Chase device. What you'll notice on the back of the Chase device is that the indicator light, not sure if you can see it, but the indicator light will blink once per second, and that is indicating that it is powered on and that it is available. Once it's connected, it only blinks once every 3 seconds. So now I'm going to power on my remote. You might want to look at it on the table so you can see the light and hear it. Here we go. Okay, so it's blinking green and it vibrated, meaning my battery is good to go. So now that it is powered on and connected, you'll see that my light is now only blinking one time every 3 seconds. That means that we're connected and we should be ready to run. Just like that. Okay, so a couple more things. The remote is how you will be able to enter slow mode and wind mode. So Chase can run up to 20 miles an hour, but we also have a few different running states. Slow mode would be a maximum of 10 miles an hour, and wind mode is that really slow mode that allows you to wind the string up on the unit. So to enter slow mode, you're going to click the button on the side 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now, when I power up, it's only going to run a maximum of 10 miles an hour. If I press it 5 times or 2 more times, it is going to enter wind-up mode. Wind-up mode is even slower, and wind-up mode likes to have something to pull against, so that means with a little bit of resistance, it actually does better because it's looking for something to wind up. And basically the motor itself, there wouldn't be enough feedback without the tension from the string. So wind-up mode won't run quite right unless you have line there to wind up. All right, now how would you get it back into a regular state? You could turn the remote off by pressing and holding. It'll vibrate after a half a second and then vibrate twice and turn off. So now that the remote is off, to go back into a normal running state, I just turn it back on again, then it'll go the full speed, 20 miles an hour. It does actually reset itself each time. So you would have to go into wind mode or slow mode each time you turn it on to play if you wanted to enter those modes. So again, if I wanted to go straight to wind mode, 5 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I'm entered into that really slow wind up mode. All right, now we do have a built-in 90-second play session timer. That's the same if you're using the app. After 80 seconds though, the remote is going to give you a warning. So in the app, after 90 seconds, a little pop-up comes up saying your play session is over and you can easily start a new session. With the remote, after 80 seconds of play, this light will go from solid green to red and it will vibrate in your hand. That's going to give you a 10-second warning that your 90-second play session is nearly over. When the light turns red, you can initiate a new session by pressing the button until it goes green again. If you don't do anything at all, it will turn off. So it's gone red. I'm just going to press that button and it's going to go green, and I've just initiated a completely new 90-second session. Now, if I had waited after another 10 seconds at that 90-second mark, the remote will turn off and I can turn it back on again just by pressing the button again and start a new session that way as well. And once again, you can turn off your remote completely by just pressing and holding. It'll vibrate after half a second, then again after 2 seconds, twice, and that means that it's off.